Hey guys, it's me, Gabriel, your Wolfpack leader, coming to you with that morning boost. So, bring it to the Holy Spirit. There's like the line, and also spiritual opportunities. So, I think, and this is something again. This is kind of continuing the this little dynamic of the growth mindset, the spiritual growth mindset, as it were, about how when we deal with problems a lot, we well, that's the thing, we look at them as problems, obstacles, to the world's perspective at least, and that brings us down. And I have come to find that really it's like we're going on a ride and we're trying to take the driving wheel, and it's a hot mess. We have this great fear of losing control. And I think that's when we get into the fixed mindset, then we think we have to try to control everything to get these kind of outcomes. And we just want to have them so we don't have to deal with them. And all too often we face these seeming huge obstacles, these mountains. Oh, I think you know where this one's going. But a man, Jesus, did he not say, with just an ounce of faith, you could say to that mountain, be gone, and it would disappear. He says something like that. You know what I'm talking about. And so, yeah, I think what I've come to realize is that whenever you have a quote-unquote problem, or you have something you know that you're working with in your life, when it comes, don't feel like it's this epic battle you have to take on, that it's this huge obstacle. I just want to get rid of it. Because I think that gives it a lot more strength, a lot more power over us, because we feel like it's this, engrossing, imposing force upon us, and it's just very terrifying. And I think it's a little bit of my own detriment, because I have a sort of flavor for the arts, so to speak, theatrics, with all the epicness and everything, and it's cool to a point until we seem to keep faltering back. It's like eventually the battles have to end. And so what I've come to realize is that instead of trying to just keep on like looking at it as this epic thing that's just what have you, but rather work with it, work it out, so to speak. And we do that best by us bringing it to the Holy Spirit, and just bring it to Him. And without judgment, there's that moment, at the beginning of, at the outset of every situation we're dealt with, there are those moments where you're at the beginning where you can still decide how you want to go about it, kind of like a train track, so to speak. You can decide which way you want to go, and you can change at any time. That's the beautiful part about all this, is that even if you've gone down the wrong way with this sort of fixed mindset that this is this big obstacle I have to deal with, this mountain I have to climb over. But when we give them to the Holy Spirit, these supposed obstacles, He's able to transform them into these beautiful spiritual opportunities. He's able to remove the mountain altogether, as it were. And so you're just kind of working with it. You don't give it all this power and make it all scary, You're not giving big things, or small things, big shadows, so to speak. And I think that's what we do. And it's not to downplay it necessarily, to the extent of like, I don't got to worry about that. It's not so much about that you're being careless, but you're also not being too careful. You're casting your cares onto God and letting Him be the one to help you through whatever it is. And so it's kind of changing your mindset and your perspective on it, because when they become spiritual opportunities, because if everything is for your benefit, which it is, because everything can be for your means to be able to have that spiritual life, then these things that seem to come upon you aren't like God's way of saying, yeah, I just don't want you to be happy. Because we have to recognize that God is having us go through life, and whatever it may be, He's trying to give unto us the most happiness and the most complete and total happiness we could have. So everything is for our benefit. And if that is the case, everything coming from God is of light and is of love, then that must mean that, we should be more appreciative and grateful for what's coming upon us, and recognizing that it's a part of the growth, it's part of the process, and just jamming with it, man. I think that's the thing, learning and growing, not just looking at these things as, oh, I just want to get rid of this so I don't have to deal with it anymore. To be sure, it's probably good that you don't want to have that in your life. That is not necessarily the problem. I think we make it out to be too much of an obstacle, impeded by this powerful force that is just stopping the will of God. That just sounds. If you think about that, something can stop the will of God. Come on now, it's kind of like was it the Beast, so to speak? When the Beast comes out, and don't run away from it. And almost play with it. Like, think of it like this, like it's just like a dog, Make it more docile. Don't make it out to be this terrible, dark thing that's gonna destroy your life. But rather shift your perspective on it, recognizing it as this spiritual opportunity, and it's done by bringing it to the Holy Spirit. Just bring it to the guy. He'll help you out. And also you have to go at it you have to just simply ask him, what is the meaning of what I behold? You don't attach all these judgments. Oh, this is so horrible. Oh, this is X, Y, and Z. Because that's starting us to try to get back into the driver's seat, and it's a hot mess. So, yeah, go forward with that, my friends. And yeah, it's just a process, friends. Embrace the opportunity and this journey. And don't try to just think that if I can just know these spiritual commands, then it's just easy street, so to speak, It's just, then I won't have to deal with anything anymore, any other problems. But see, that's the problem. It's like a bridge, for instance. When someone makes a bridge, the day they make it, they are continually working on it. It's not like, well, if we just make it really good and we just do a really good job this one day, we won't have to deal with it anymore. You're constantly painting it. You're doing maintenance on it. You're revamping it. I don't know. There's always stuff that you're doing. So, yeah. But that's what I got for you. Hope this has helped. Hope this has helped maybe inspire and kind of reshift your paradigm and thinking in a way. But yeah, this has been helping me, and as my process with this being my process that I'm going through, I love being able to kind of share this with you guys, because I feel that what I'm going through isn't so entirely exclusive to myself, to the extent of I deal with temptation just as you deal with temptation. It might be a little different here and there in the specifics, but that's not to say that we're not all dealing with we're all kind of jamming together. So let's help each other out. This is me extending my hand of love. But from here at the Wolfpack, we wish you well. Godspeed. Peace, friends.